Apple versus the Feds. Fuller House comes out, and we have new, so good that they're renewing it for season 2. Star Wars is coming on Blu-ray, and it's the end of the world for us Apple users. We got our very first ransomware. All that and more on Tech for Dummies. Welcome to Tech for Dummies, a show makes technology fun again. I am your host, Darren Quick. Also, joining me on Skype today, it's our studio show, so John's on Skype. How's it going, John?
It's going all
right. Also, watch us on previous episodes on YouTube, and also every second or first and third Wednesday of each month, we do YouTube live show like we've been doing for the last month. It's been pretty fun doing it one with you. I gotta say, it's been great.
Yeah.
So that's just join us on my channel, Darren Quick channel, or Tech for Dummies live, and you can watch us discuss latest tech news there, and also we bring it into the studio, the same stuff that we talk. So it's, if you miss us on live, you can watch us here in the studios. So the very first tech news that we've been covering pretty much all week or all month since it's broke is the Apple versus the Feds, which means Apple versus the FBI. When this broke, right after my studio show, a week or after my studio show, that I was totally for the FBI on this one. I mean, I totally agree that the Apple should have helped out FBI when they did this. But the more I read into it and the more it's going on, the more it sounds like the FBI should have been a little bit more careful with their passcode they had on their phone. What it is, if those who haven't been following it, Apple wanted the iPhone that was in the San Bernardino case, the terrorist case, they wanted a backdoor hack so they can get into it and find more information. FBI wanted to do this to find more information about what's going on, if they can link him to more terrorist groups. But after doing it, they sounded like they screwed up on the passcode. Now they couldn't figure out the passcode, so they needed Apple to help them out. But that caused a whole bunch of red flags when it came to privacy, and I totally agree when it comes to privacy with our private phones, it's our phones and our phones only. But when it comes to helping out with the FBI or the federal government to solve a case, I think that they should help them out. What do you think, John?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, to solve the case, yeah, but that's where it should end. Because why would they need the passcodes to everybody else's phone? They're talking about at least right now one phone, hopefully. And I was just reading this other article. Guess who else is supporting the Feds? I didn't realize this. Telling all of his supporters to boycott Apple.
Really?
Donald Trump.
Oh, well, that was as soon as they first came out. Donald Trump wanted everybody to ban Apple, but that only lasted about 3 weeks, and then he started using his Apple iPhone again.
Yeah, but
so I mean, the more this is not done with. What gets down to it is just we don't want the federal government getting into our internet or onto our own personal phones, which it's going to get down to whatever you get on, you know, it's going to get down to either it's going to be privacy or considered privacy or going to be considered, you know, the big brother watching you again. But it's, like I said, I think they should have at least tried to help out a little bit, Apple, and not have whined so much about it. Like I said, the very first episode, Tim Cook was whining more about it. Oh God, they're gonna force us to do this. They're forcing us to do that. Yeah, when really they're not forcing you to do it. They're just asking you. Actually, they kind of are now because they're sending a lawsuit. They're suing them for it, or they're going through the proper government bureaucracy to try to get this passcode done.
Yeah, and the problem with Tim Cook is I don't think he realizes you don't cooperate with the feds, they consider you as an accessory to the crime.
Exactly. Then turn around to Apple is also releasing in the next update an unhackable phone. At least they claim to be unhackable.
Apple's been claiming to be unhackable for 20 years. Guess what? That's slowly is becoming untrue anymore.
Yeah. There was a whole, during when this whole story broke, there was a lot of people coming to either Apple's defense or Fed's defense. In Apple's defense, it was a lot like people like Microsoft, Google, Facebook, you know, iMore, all these computer companies were backing up Apple, saying it's not fair that the federal government is wanting this from Apple. What's next? Wanting the Chinese government wanting their people to, because they're to spy on their people. You know, what's next? And I totally agree that like I keep saying, government should not be allowed to do this, but yet when it comes to helping out the federal government, because this is not just one phone really. They're finding out it's hundreds of phones due to other cases, like murder, like kidnapping, just to begin to name a few off, that federal government and police departments have in their possession that they need Apple to give them the passcode, or at least a backdoor hack to get onto these phones to help solve these murders or unsolved cases. And what it is, and what it's starting to sound more like, is once again the federal government has not caught up to the 21st century.
Federal government hasn't been up to the 20th century until about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So then that not in the 21st century doesn't surprise me at all.
No. So I mean, let's hope that they finally catch up and at least give them Apple a chance to help out. But as I've been looking through it, it don't look good too for the federal government. It's starting to sound like they more and more was trying to force Apple to do this or push Apple to do this. And what's going to hang up on Apple is they got to prove that it's a bother. According to the law, they got to prove it's a bother to them. It's a nuisance to allow them to do this. And they are evading people's privacy. Evading people's privacy, or these people's privacy, yeah, they can do that. But you got to prove it without a shadow of doubt it's a burden them to make a little extra code that will hack into somebody's Facebook.
Yeah, that's I was just that article reading, like Apple's worried about their privacy. The guy's phone that they're trying to hack is dead, so his privacy, he has no privacy anymore. He's in a hole in the ground. At least we think he's in a hole in the ground. He's burnt somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, they said in the article that the guy whose phone they're trying to get into is dead. So why are they worried about it now? Worried about his privacy. He doesn't have any privacy. He's just not even around anymore.
Yeah. And one of them I'm going to get another one that piped up through this controversy. Remember what I said about Steve Woz? How he was Wozniak, how he went on Jimmy Kimmel, the Fallen show, saying that these people weren't terrorists. Why? Yeah. Why should Apple even bother? It's not even. They weren't terrorists. They weren't considered terrorism. It wasn't even their phone. It was their work phone, which is true. I found out it is their work phone. But tell that to those 14 people that died there at that place where they shot up, and tell them that it wasn't terrorism.
And of course, it being the Wizard of Woz, Apple was going to listen to him as the word of God.
Yeah. Not only that, but they have proven time and got tons and tons of evidence that these people were part of ISIL or the IS.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call them. ISIS. Part of ISIS. So it just was it's just been one of these weeks or months that let's hope that that everybody's going, federal government and stuff. So let's hope that Apple does the right thing and let them do it, and also try to prevent FBI from doing this again.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the second Apple news. This one's been Apple Week, Apple Month, talking about the ransomware.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the very first ransomware. And like I said in the tease, it's the end of the world because Apple finally is part of the 21st century. They got their very first ransomware. So that means...
poor Apple.
I mean,
as I've said forever, Apple is not the greatest thing in the world. People are going to find out how to hack it. I don't care who says it's unhackable. Guess what? They said Microsoft is unhackable 30 years ago. Guess what? They got hacked within 10 days after that.
Exactly. So yeah, like he said, it just proves the point that Apple is no longer safe. You Mac users are no longer safe. You have to start thinking like you are Windows. Start adding those virus scanners. Start adding those adware scanners, and stop the stuff from coming back on your computer. The ransomware, if anybody who is an Apple fan don't know what it is basically a virus that takes over your computer, and in ordinary for you to get your computer back, you have to pay whatever set amount they set it at, and usually it's in the thousands of dollars to get back your computer. And if you want to get back your computer, you just simply give them your credit card number, and they'll give you back your computer. That easy? No, because a lot of times you'll never see your computer. You'll never see your computer or your money again.
Well, that's why I have one of those Visa gift cards that really has no money on it whatsoever. Just give them that number. See how far they go.
Exactly. So, and unfortunately, and great thing about Apple, within 24 hours or 48 hours, they had a patch to patch up the ransomware hole that they got in. So, gotta give them to Apple, though. If this was Microsoft, they would have waited till the next following update to do something about it.
Yeah. Although, yeah, they got the patch already and stuff like that, but guess what? The doors are open.
Yeah.
Now, people have proved that you can get inside Apple and decide to destroy whatever you feel like it. Because it's a computer. It's the internet. hackers are getting smarter. Well, obviously they'd be getting smarter. They're the ones that hackers created Apple, hackers created Microsoft. So that's the great thing about it. People are fairly reading this. Oh, we have too much time on our hands. So let's just sit there writing code all day long, see if I can get into the whole setup. If people can get into the Pentagon and the White House and the FBI building using a computer, they can get into Apple.
True. They can get into just about anything they want.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So yeah, let's welcome, as I say, one parting shot. Welcome to the 21st century, Apple. It's about time. All right. This next one is about Spotify becoming onto your first platform to integrate with Facebook Messenger. Remember, we looked this one. We tried this one online. Yeah, last week. Facebook, according to GeekWire, Facebook has announced today, or on March 3rd, that they'll be integrating with Spotify to roll out on iOS, Android users, which it is basically for those who has Facebook Messenger app. You can go under your More tab and then click on, you'll find a little icon that says Spotify. You click on it and you can listen to Spotify through your Messenger. And if you want, your lovely friends can share into the listening privileges too, if you so choose. Which I think it's a great idea. I love Spotify, and as we all know, being a DJ, I love Spotify. It's a lot better than iTunes. John?
Well, here's like I'll give an example, right? Or why like the whole thing of Spotify and Messenger. It's like, why? Because here's an example. If I'm listening to my tunes, I'm talking to your sister on Facebook Messenger. That's not going to bode well because your sister's about to have the most upset music taste than I do. So, I'm sitting there listening to my stuff on Spotify, and she clicks the little thing. Well, guess what? I'm listening to
Country.
It ain't Taylor Swift.
It's going to be country, or in his case, Metallica.
Oh, Metallica put in
Or Rob Zombie, or whoever these heavy metal groups that you listen to, Metalhead and all
Actually,
that.
believe it or not, Metallica's heavier than Rob Zombie.
But
Yeah, it's like Guar, Death, Cannibal Corpse, Slipknot. I could go on forever, guys. We don't have enough time.
yeah, so I mean, if this is a Spotify, this is anything good. Spotify's been a great app that I think of. But yeah, here's another neat feature that probably only about maybe 50 people are going to be using on Facebook.
Yeah.
Another lovely app feature that Facebook is going, okay, neat, move on.
Facebook. Yeah.
So, like anything else on Facebook. Oh, here's another. Have you seen the new Facebook layout? Do you like the new Facebook layout?
I really haven't. I mean, Facebook layouts are so subtle. It's really hard to tell the difference between one and the other.
The new feature on Facebook is the like button.
Yes.
They changed the like button to add more icons. Now you got love, hate, sad, are all on your like button instead of hitting like.
Yeah, I mean, is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. People have been asking for something like that forever, and they're probably, a lot of them are sitting there, it's like, about time. The problem if you really hate a post that somebody posts of your friend, you're probably gonna get a Facebook message or a phone call saying, "Why'd you hate my post?" You know. And I was like, and then what's the person gonna say? I can't stand the post. Whatever. And then people are gonna get all self-conscious and probably, well, you know, what's the end result of people getting self-conscious? A couple ropes around the rafter or what?
Yeah, in this day and age, this is not a good way to do it, guys, but this day and age, yeah. John.
Yeah.
People are too conscious.
Oh my God.
Also, okay, moving on to our next story. In case you're wondering, where's that lovely Apple news that we were we're picking on Apple today. Lovely Apple news that we were all waiting for. Apple has now moved it to next week, unfortunately, next Monday, the 21st. So we are going to probably cover that also. So that's going to be a live show, one of our live shows. So the following Wednesday, we're going to be covering whatever the new iPhone, the new iPad, and whatever else Apple is bringing to the table. And according to this, we're going to get a new 4-inch iPhone. 4-inch, damn.
Oh my gosh. Somebody needs glasses. I'm going to have trouble seeing that.
Yeah.
And I don't need glasses.
4-inch iPhone, that's probably what? Big as in the iPad Nano? Or the iPod Touch?
No, 4 inches, dude. Like, 4 inches is like that.
So a shuffle.
Yeah.
Shuffle size.
Well, actually, I think my regular iPod is 4 inches.
Yeah. The iPod. So you're looking at least an iPod size, which if that'd be kind of good for those that don't want an iPod or anything, a big huge phone. But other than that, they're also releasing a 9.7-inch iPad Pro. Or these are they're talking about 12.9-inch iPad Pro to counterpart the other ones. So hopefully they'll release that, and also doing some more iWatch updates and stuff like that. So we're going to release it or talk about it after the release. I'll take some notes and we'll talk about it on our live show on our YouTube Live, 6 o'clock on next Wednesday. So I think that's pretty much it for tech news, unless you got something over there.
No, I got none.
On this end. On to our PSA.
In ancient Rome, the gladiators went into the arena with these words on their lips: "Let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt." Today, all of you young athletes are in the arena. Many of you will win. But even more important, I know you will be brave and bring credit to your parents and to your country.
Welcome back. Okay, welcome back. As always, thanks for supporting Special Olympics. Join us at the end of the month down at Norwich. That's actually next Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, down at Norwich for our basketball, first basketball tournament of the season. Um, and also end of August for the UVM tournament. Also, last weekend we had our Calcutta. We raised almost $8,000 from you guys. We all really appreciate it. That's the money that we use to go towards uniforms, busing, anything else we need throughout the year. Keep up the support. As always, you can volunteer at any time you want. Just come to one of these events and watch us play. Now, as always, I turn my reins over to my guest host, John, for Tech for Dummies or Entertainment for Dummies. I guess up to date the latest on tech gaming. John, take it away.
All right, so if a lot of you aren't aware yet, Diablo 3 at the beginning of the month, or no, end of last month, announced with their new patch that for the tribute for one of their creators, Kevin Kanai, who passed away 2 years ago, that they were going to add a secret level to Act 3, the adventure mode of Act 3 of Diablo 3, as where you can follow the spirit of this barbarian warlord named Kanai after Kevin Kanai, and you're going after cows with daggers, spears, and stuff. Then, now they have like a patch where it's got more cosmetics stuff you can get. Like, you can get little pads, you can make your character look all tricked out and stuff. But, that being said, the game, they just announced, I just got this yesterday, no, a couple days ago. There's a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game with like all the bosses, probably for new ones, probably some old ones. The end of the trailer teases probably one of the most classic villains of all, Krang. Which actually, I think it looks like, oh yes, it's coming on PS4. Woo! It looks like it's gonna be the best Turtles game in almost 20 years, because I haven't seen that great of a Turtles game since Turtles in Time.
Probably.
And like, oh yes, and for all you Doom fans, check out the new Doom trailer for the new game. It's the multiplayer. It is insane.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
I've always said I always said I need.
You get to turn into a demon and just start mauling people. It's crazy in the multiplayer.
Oh, cool. So the table is turned on you.
Yeah, it's like you start shooting as a regular dude, then you turn around. All right, let's stop. Just start going crazy on people.
That would be cool. But Diablo 2, Diablo 3, they actually have Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 patches, so both of them coming out. It was what they said, the first Diablo patch since 10 years?
Oh yeah, they got a new patch for Diablo 2. It's like 10 or 11 years at least. Gosh, that game came out in 2000. Yeah, about 99 to 2000. My God, they're not long already.
So it's like 16, 17 years.
Oh no, yeah, look. I haven't paid much attention to Diablo 2 in a long time. Probably because it's been so long since it's been out. But, yeah, it looks cool. I gotta put that back on my computer and figure out how to play it again.
Anything else? So you got? How about Titanfall 2? That's coming out.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
That's being released. Sometimes this month or next. All right. Also, so that's anything? Well, get on to entertainment side of it. For us Battlestar Galactica fans, there's going to be a new movie out. Yes, you heard me. A new movie. There is back in 1999 there was a rumor that they wanted to do this, but they didn't know anything about the series, the new series. You know, the one with who the one who played Cat. Who cares? It's one of those. Wasn't Laura Green the other guy? Robert somebody. Anyways, he was Captain Adomina. And that series that was on NBC for a while, then they moved it over to the Sci-Fi Channel. It was a pretty good series. I mean, I watched it. I even got every single episode on VHS.
Nice. God, I haven't seen Battlestar Galactica in maybe 10 years. It's been that long. I mean, it's kind of hard, you know, you want watching everything you want to watch on TV.
They have the original on Netflix and the remake on Netflix.
How far does the original go back? 60s, 70s or something like that?
80s.
80s, oh yeah.
The late 70s, early 80s was Laura Green. And yeah, that's the Battlestar Galactica that I grew up on watching. And that series was pretty good. With Face from the A-Team. The guy who played Face on A-Team.
Oh, yeah. The guy who Bradley Cooper sort of portrayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good one. And then when the new one came out, back in 2000, 2001? No, 2010 it came out, around there. 8 and 10, around there. I watched that one. That one lasted for 7 seasons. They did make it back to Earth. Or made it to Earth. That one they just basically supposedly where the old one left off, but they just remade the old one, remade it the old one. So it was just that. And then they tried to have a couple follow-ups that was never really took off. One of them was Blood and Chrome, which was okay. It was a Battlestar series. Caprica surprisingly wasn't a big hit, even though I liked Caprica.
Yeah, I saw a couple trailers of it. Looked pretty good, but then again, I live in a house with 5 other people who are fighting over the TV, so it's really hard for me to actually get on there and watch something other than golf or hunting or little bikini shows.
Yeah, Caprica was supposedly have taken place before Battlestar Galactica. Is where you met the very first Cylons and we met Commander Domina when he was a young kid. You know, all these when he was a lawyer and all these stuff. You know, the hatred between the humans and the Cylons, and why Cylons were mad at, got hatred towards them.
Although the humans tried to nuke them, like we do everybody else.
So, I mean, it was pretty much a good series, but it just never really took off. I think it probably because it never really was given a chance to take off. They put it in some places, behind some shows that were popular and never really took off. like they always do. So anyways, they're releasing a new movie sometime within the next year or two. And let's hopefully they are going to be very popular among Battlestar Galactica fans. And then also I have a little bit more Disney news.
Oh, sweet.
DuckTales, for those who loved the series back in the 90s, it's coming back out. The next, did we say, yeah, around the world next year, they're going to have the original series, all the original characters, Scrooge McDuck, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Lunchpad McQuack, the Ma Beagle and her boys are all going to be there waiting for the lovely ventures of DuckTales in Duckburg, USA. So I'm going to be definitely watching these because I was a huge fan in the 90s when it originally came out. Also, I know a few of my friends in high school were fans too, so I know a couple people can't wait there. What about you?
The same cast? You know?
I don't think so.
5
5 minutes? Okay. All right, we got 5 minutes. All right, Rickley, do this. All right, run through this. Let's do this one story. Okay, quickly. And also, Star Wars is coming out in a couple months on Blu-ray. It's slated for April. Also, Disney's, because of the fact that the first one was such popular, they're talking about 10 more movies of Star Wars. Can you believe it? 10 more of these Star Wars movies. And let's hope that they don't end the series and drag it out to a point where nobody wants to watch them again. And let's hope that they just keep the series going. And the problem is they're going to probably drag it out like they did with Star Trek. And it ended up being a complete dud from episode 9. It's probably going to be the final episode. People are going to get sick and tired of Star Wars. But that's it.
Yeah. It's like my boss at Domino's was saying. As long as they're making money on Star Wars, there's going to be Star Wars films. We could have Star Wars go to infinity. As long as they're making money on it. Which, they got to learn, okay, Star Wars fans love quality.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's not make the same mistake we made with episode 1, 2, and 3. In fact, scrap 1, 2, and 3, remake them, and then do it. As of the Blu-ray, oh my god. They need to get rid of the newer versions of 4, 5, and 6, because they're absolute a lot. Well, 5's not bad. 4, 6. They did so much to 6. They cut out an entire scene, redid it, made it look and sound like crap, and basically, it's like a lot of guys you see online say basically took a dump on episode 6, at least the beginning. So if they did the original quality of 4, 5, and 6 on Blu-ray, you know how much money that is done to make?
Yeah. Also, Star Wars, they are actually talking about one more thing, and then we can move on to real fast to the last story. About they are thinking the girl who played Rey in 7, they want her to do Lara Croft in the new Tomb Raider movie.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Daisy Ridley is gonna be doing probably doing Lara Croft. But as we said in our live show, she's got a. I mean, Lara Croft, as we all know, is thin as heck, busty as heck, and well, you know. But and like, so Daisy, are they going to do? Are they going to have to add something to her, or like computer generated, or what? Because well, she ain't got certain things in certain areas.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Do we have enough time to touch this? Wrap it up. All right. Well, I got the wrap up symbol, so we'll slate this till later. That's it for now. Keep on watching, and also don't forget to watch us on YouTube with previous episodes, and watch us next Wednesday night as we do our live coverage, and we'll be talking about Apple and whatever else has been coming down next weekend. And thanks for watching. Good night.